Alright, my name's Panda. This is Grateful Gallery, and this place has given me the confidence to delete my social media. I've got 56,000 followers at the moment. I've kind of tried everything, to be honest. I've tried loads of different things. I've tried not having the app on my phone. I carry my iPad about a lot with me because I've got Instagram on that. It just doesn't really work for me anymore. I'm going to deactivate it for 3 months and see what happens because I've got a busy 3 months coming up. It's also 90 days exactly from today until my 9th year anniversary of being sober. And as much as I feel really sober, I've not taken drugs or alcohol or smoked nicotine. I've not really done anything for like 8 and a bit years now, 8.5. Social media has been a big thing for me. I've been kind of good at social media and it's been good for me at times, but I think if I was to calculate the amount of time that I've spent on it, it would be horrible. And I often think about how do I want to spend my days? How do I want to live my life? Like not what I want to be, just how do I want my days to look? And I don't want my days to be spent glued to my phone. We're all at that, John. I think I've got quite a lot of ideas and a lot of creativity and I would like to kind of use it in a sort of more productive way. Instagram's kind of class in a way, it gets you in front of a lot of people, but the return from it has been good in some respects, but also the pros and cons of getting stuck in a mad loop just scrolling isn't worth it for me. And it was kind of similar with drinking and stuff like that. I had a lot of fun drinking and partying, but eventually the bad outweighed the good. And I think for me, that's kind of what it feels like with Instagram. There's a lot of good, there definitely is, there's hundreds and hundreds of good. I love looking at people's art and stuff like that, and I'm kind of not really sure how I'm going to do that from now on. But the bad of just scrolling and constantly checking and stuff like that, I don't want to do that, man. I'm taking these 3 months, 90 days, as a way to kind of challenge myself. I was going to do it for Lent, and then I kind of forgot and kind of shat it. So, 90 days from now, I think it'll be cool, man. I'm interested in it. I'm intrigued to see how it goes. Is that... No, it's all good, it's all good. I'll jump inside. Bye, my journey with Instagram's been interesting. I started my Instagram years and years ago and I think I got to like 2,000 followers just from going out and partying and talking shite to people. And I guess at that time you would basically just, if you met somebody, you'd go, oh, what's your Instagram? Or what's your Facebook or something like that. So started off at about 2,000 followers. Then when I started painting the streets, it started to grow, and I remember getting to 5,000 followers and thinking, right, aye, this is class. And then I was kind of chasing 10,000 followers for ages. And I managed to get to 10,000 followers a good few years ago now. I think I kind of like took me ages to go from like 10,000 to 11,000. That just took ages. But then what was crazy was last year, when I started doing the videos, I basically started doing Instagram Reels. And I was doing a video every day. I started my day on Sokyo. And once I started doing that, my Instagram went crazy and basically shot up from 11,000 followers to currently sitting now on 56,000. And so I guess there's something there to be said about that growth. It shot up really, really quickly. And I think that it was interesting because it was kind of encouraging, do you know what I mean? Once you start seeing those numbers and stuff like that, you start doing a bit more. It's like a positive feedback loop where you're putting something out, you're getting the feedback, you're doing a bit more. And it's generative in a sense. And I think that's great, and I think that's like a really positive thing about social media is it can like be used as like a kind of encouragement or something to kind of motivate you forward. Annoyingly though, because of the nature of the platforms, while I was doing that, I was also finding myself still scrolling. I was also working a lot, I was editing videos every single day. I was basically spending my full day recording a video throughout the day, and I would basically spend for like 9 o'clock at night to 12 at night before I went to bed editing the video, and then I would get up in the morning and I would fix all the captions for them as well. And so it was difficult, man. It was quite a mission to get all that stuff done, and it was a lot of work, and there wasn't actually really much reward in terms of financial reward from Instagram. There was definitely a marketing reward in terms of exposure and letting everybody know what I was doing and where I was going to be and how to buy my stuff. And people definitely did support, and I'm really, really grateful for that. But I guess the way that I see it and the way that I always think about it is if I was still drinking and I started to become an artist, I would probably meet people and I would probably meet opportunities in the pub. And if I suggested that I was going to stop drinking, people might say to me, that's going to make your life harder. You're not going to be able to get those opportunities anymore. you're going to miss out, basically. And because I'm now like 8.5 years sober, I'm very aware of how good my life is now when that's not in my life. My life's just infinitely better. So for me, I have a strong sense that my life without social media will be a lot better. It's kind of a no-brainer, almost. I just have a gut feeling, my higher power, the universe, whatever, is telling me that I'm going to be all right. And I think I'm willing to take that leap of faith. I'm probably more happy to take that leap of faith now that I'm doing this YouTube channel, because I just got monetized last week and I've made like 25 quid already, which is really, really small, but it's more money than I've ever made from Instagram in the whole time that I've used it. So I think I would prefer to focus my energy on something that feels more aligned with how I want to live my life. I actually really like making longer form videos. I enjoyed the kind of boom, 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 boom nature of making Instagram reels, but I also think that I like longer form stuff and I get to explore different ideas and maybe just kind of build more of a connection with myself and with an audience, which is, I guess, you guys on YouTube. So there's a part of me that feels kind of afraid. I've definitely got a bit of fear around it, just because, as I say, I've put a lot of work in, I've built up something and it's kind of scary. But I think sometimes there's like a bit of a kind of, there's just like a fear that you've built something and you're going to lose it and it's never going to be the same without it. But all I'm going to do for the next 90 days is deactivate it. That's it. It'll still be there if I want to go on, but I'm deactivating it and I'm setting myself 90 days until my 9th year of sobriety, and I'm going to be social media free until then. I kind of need to work out what I'm going to do about the gallery, because we have a social media for the gallery, but I'm thinking that maybe Kieran can man that, and if there's anything I need to deal with, I can deal with it via email. I think that's probably the best way to go about things. I think social media is like a good tool to promote things. It's just unfortunate that my relationship to it isn't good, and I feel as though I'm aware of that, and I think that's totally legit and totally sound to be aware of it and to acknowledge it. And I think once you're aware of that, you've got a choice to make. Do you make a choice that's pro you, or do you make a choice that's likely based around some kind of fear of losing out, fear of not being included, fear of making your life more difficult, basically? I think there does feel as though it would be easier just to stay on Instagram. But if I stay on Instagram, my life will likely pass me by very, very quickly, because I'll be wasting a lot of it just scrolling. Really, that's actually a kind of, again, like when I weigh up those two options, it's not a hard choice to make. I think it's just because that choice of staying on Instagram feels like it's much easier in the short term. But in the long term, it's actually going to be the worst option. And it's actually going to be very, very painful. And that was basically the same as drinking for me. Drinking and partying was fun in the short term, but I knew long term it wasn't going to be good for me. And I basically need to kind of like feel into that and understand that I've done this before. I've made that transition before. I've moved from one kind of short term way of thinking, kind of hedonistic, enjoying myself, kind of fuck everything, it's all good, trying to live in the moment. And I've moved towards what would seem at first a lot harder, but actually my life is infinitely easier just now. It's actually so much easier, it's unbelievable. So again, it doesn't actually seem that crazy to me to do this. And I'm making it seem like a big massive thing, and there's loads of people that don't even have social media, but for me, somebody who's used this constantly, it's difficult. And I guess that's something I'd like to say. I've definitely tried loads of different things. I've removed it from my phone. I've put passwords on it. I even put a mad crazy password on it at one point where I had to write out, do you really want to use this right now? And you know, I just get really fast at typing that. It was mad. It was like supposed to be this real hindrance, and before long I was just like do, and I was able to type it rapid. So anything that I put in, any kind of guardrails, any way of trying to manage this, it just doesn't work. And I'm part of like 12-step recovery groups, so I'm aware that trying to manage something doesn't really work. For me, I feel as though I need to go full abstinence with this one. And maybe I'll change my mind at some point. Maybe this isn't forever. It's just for 3 months. That's it. It's just an experiment for 3 months to see how it goes. 90 days. And Once those 90 days are up and I'm 9 years sober, I will reconvene and I'll check in with myself and I'll see what's happening. But I have a strong inclination that I'm going to feel better for it because I've been there before, I guess. I've also took months off before and I've always felt better for it, but I've always returned because my work has always been so wrapped up in it. And I think that's a big part of it. There is a wee part of me that's thinking, now that I'm doing this, will people still come to the gallery? That's obviously the fear. But we've got a beautiful, beautiful gallery, do you know? It's so class. I guess for me, being here and being able to just sit here and enjoy it is such a huge part of like being able to live life. And I have a sense that people will still show up, people will still find it. And also that there's other ways to promote this place that doesn't involve Instagram. Because we don't even use Facebook, do you know? We don't use Facebook. We don't use Twitter really. Instagram's the main place, do you know? And I think that there's defos old school and analog ways to promote your business. Word of mouth is a big thing, man. We'll still have the Grateful page on Instagram and that will still be getting posted on, so you'll still be able to hear about the gallery there. If you want to know about my artwork, this YouTube channel is going to be the place to do it. If you've came from Instagram looking for me, this is the video for you. I guess it would be kind of good to maybe somehow reshare this video some way. Maybe I'll reshare it on the Grateful page, just saying, by the way, Banda's deleted his Instagram just now. Who knows, man? It's one of those ones. It's just quite funny, man. If anybody wants to know how to grow a social media channel from 11,000 followers to 56,000 followers, then leave a message. I'm always kind of intrigued by the knowledge that I've gained. I can basically just tell you it here for free, do you know? Instead of trying to sell you some course or something like that, I'll just tell you here for free. Make videos every single day, but before that, develop something that you're known for before you do that, right? So maybe put in like 19 years of work before, and once you've put in 19 years of work developing something that people know you for, which is just like a graft, right? You need to just kind of keep doing it over and over again for 19 years. You could probably do it in a lot shorter time than that. This is just how I did it. But I took the long route. I drank and partied for like 10 of those years, so whatever way you want to do it, right? The long route, the short route, get known for something first, and then start making daily videos documenting your process of doing it. You can also just start documenting your own life daily. Daily vlogs, man, are the big thing on Instagram, and see if you're like semi-interesting, or you've got a bit of patter, or you've got like, I don't know, you've just got like a bit of a personality, you're kind of funny, you've got a bit of chat, just like semi-interesting, maybe even if you're not that interesting. I'm pretty sure if you just did daily videos, eventually people will start watching. Because I already had a bit of a following, I was able to kind of like get like a head start almost, you know, but it took me like 19 years to get that head start, so do with that information what you will. But that's if you want to grow a following on Instagram. And for me, I didn't get any brand deals or anything like that. In my videos, I was always kind of joking. I was always kind of saying, oh, such and such, if you want to sponsor me. And maybe I'm an idiot, man. Maybe I should have been reaching out to brands and stuff like that and asking like, oh, here, can you sponsor me and I'll name you in that brand. Maybe that's the case. Maybe I could be like rolling in money right now. And I'm about to chuck away 56,000 followers, which is like this golden egg. But I really don't know, man. It's not the way I really want to operate, I don't think. I think I would prefer to do my own thing, and I just enjoy that for what it is. So cheers for checking this video. I really appreciate it. Everybody that's watching so far, you're at the very, very beginning of something that is very, very small. But I've got a track record of taking things from quite small to kind of big. And once I dedicate myself to something, I'll do it, do you know what I mean? And I think that's what I'm deciding. I've done Instagram, I've enjoyed it, I've played the game. It was cool. But now I want to play YouTube, and I want to enjoy that game for a bit. And I want to see what I can do with it, because I'm enjoying it, man. A guy came in the gallery earlier on and said, oh, I've seen your videos. And I'm so used to people telling me that, meaning my Instagram videos. But I asked him and I was like, do you mean Instagram or YouTube? And he's like, oh no, you're YouTube, I don't have Instagram. He was into the videos and stuff like that. And I like that, and that's been a few times that's happened. So I'm pivoting away from the gram, and I'm gonna just focus here on YouTube because I like it and it feels more aligned with my personality and what I want out of life. So should be good, man. Kind of buzzing, let's see what happens. I'm pretty confident that I can continue to be an artist on YouTube and I don't need to mess about with Instagram because it's not good for me, man. I don't think it's good for you either, but I get it, Drown. We're all stuck in this big cycle, and again, man, maybe we need some kind of revolution against these tech demons, these big tech oligarchs that are try to steal every bit of attention from us. But I'm part of the game, man. Drown. I'm playing the game. Google's not any better, I don't think, but I like watching videos and I like longer form content because it's slightly more engaging, Drown. I'm hoping that you're watching this right now while you're doing something productive. I've not deactivated my Instagram yet, but I'm about to. It's 20 to 5. I thought I'd get a last wee day out of it and then pull the plug once I was ready. One final dunt, as they say. And obviously I've kind of thought throughout the day, like, oh, do I actually want to do this or do I not? But I definitely do. I was speaking about growing the Instagram page, but I've also grown my YouTube channel in the past 3 months, I would say. I think in the past 90 days, I've gained like 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, and it's like a crazy percentage compared to like the previous 90 days or something like that. I enjoy that kind of growth mindset almost. I know that's not actually what a growth mindset means, but being focused on numbers and metrics, it's like gamifying things, and my brain enjoys that, and I've been good at it, and I've grown things like the Instagram page, and it helps me stay accountable. But I think I would rather do that and kind of channel it towards something that feels kind of positive, and YouTube definitely feels as though that could be the place to do it. I think YouTube feels a little bit more aligned with how I want to live my life, and I've had a great time with Instagram. I've also just wasted so much time scrolling my whole days and days away. And so if I focus my energy on YouTube and spend less time scrolling, I'm pretty sure I'll be able to get more stuff done. I'll be able to be more productive. And I was thinking about YouTube videos as well. There's a lot of YouTube videos that I want to make that involve reading books again, because I've not read them in ages, and that's time that I'm kind of going to need to dedicate towards just reading stuff again. And so I think if I can cut out a lot of the scrolling time, I'll be able to read and focus and plan the videos better, and it'll just open up more potential for me, because I think I'll be pretty good at it. I've done a couple of videos back in the day when I had this channel like 5 years ago. I was doing like different wee series, so I was doing like the walking tours, and then I was doing one called What You Reading, and I'd like to do kind of book reviews and stuff like that, and just share books that I'm interested in. And I guess all of that takes time and energy and focus, and right now I don't feel as though I've got much of that. I feel very scattered and all over the place, and I don't really feel as though I'm ever kind of getting tuned into my work. So I think this will just be better for me. I think I'm into it. I've had a good run, but I want to give it a go. So I'm going to go and deactivate it, and then that'll be me done. If you can't find my Instagram, this is why. And if anybody's asking, I've just deactivated it, and that'll be for the next 90 days. It'll be deactivated. So I come here instead. How many videos will I make in that time? I'm not sure, but it's like maybe 12 videos or something like that. So over the next 12 videos, I'll not have Instagram, and that'll be nice because it'll probably make for better videos because I'll be tuned into them and I'll be able to research them a bit better and just give it my full attention. And I guess it'll be interesting to see how many subscribers I have at the end of those 90 days as well, and just like how I'm feeling, I guess. Will I be feeling better? Will I be feeling worse? I defos don't think I'm going to feel worse. I think I'm definitely going to feel better. So buzzing to try it, man. Looking forward to it. I'm off it, basically. I'm off the gram. 90 days, no Instagram. Let's see what happens. Much love. Grateful to be here. Peace. I just want to add one last thing. While I was editing the video, I realised that I didn't have a screenshot of my Instagram that said 56,000 followers. And I was like, I'll just quickly sign back in and I'll take the screenshot. I got the screenshot, and then I went to deactivate it again, and it basically said you can't deactivate your account twice in 7 days. So I need to go back in 7 days and deactivate it again, which really bugs me because my brain likes things to be the right way. And now I'm thinking I've made this video and I'm talking about deactivating it, and it's not deactivated, But what's been good is because I've decided to do this, I've actually just not went back on, and I've just left it there, and I've wrote a wee message saying that I'm away. And maybe I'll just leave it like that. Maybe it's better to have it there if anybody is trying to find me and they can see that I'm taking a break from Instagram. But I also like the idea of not doing that, because I want to see what happens when I don't have Instagram at all, because ultimately in my life I just don't want to have it. And it's been quite funny watching this video back, because I'm very tempted just to delete it, man, just to get rid of it. But that seems quite extreme, and it seems quite final, and that's quite scary. But I think ultimately, if I don't do that, there's a danger that I might slip back into it after these 3 months, and the cycle will continue. So, we'll see what happens. Also, I just wanted to shout out to everybody that's been affected by the fire in Glasgow. Absolutely fucking crazy. I happened to be in the area last night having dinner round the corner, and we went to see the fire after the dinner, and oh my fucking God, man, it was insane. And I know loads and loads of people kind of in the creative community, a lot of tattooers, a lot of hairdressers, just a lot of people basically, a lot of small businesses and a lot of independent businesses have fucking lost their place of work, do you know what I mean? It's terrifying, and it kind of makes me realise how fast things can change, and you literally never know what's coming. Nobody would have been able to predict that was going to happen. Nobody would be able to predict the amount of damage that we've done. So, I just felt as though I couldn't really sit here and record this wee extra bit without saying something about that. So, if you can, and you're in a position, go to some people's GoFundMes and stuff like that and donate some money, because honestly, it is nuts, man. My heart goes out to you all. Much love. Peace.